Hello, YouTube, Twitch. Good morning, everybody. Oh, my God. Turn off my workout music here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Good morning to everyone. We have a guest. Okay. Mr. Van. Can you hear okay, Sean? Can you hear anything in this, Cans? I got to fix your camera. Hello, hello. Is that too loud or is that all right?
Oh, that's good.
Okay,
I mean,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
Good.
All right, perfect.
Let me pee, and then I'll be back.
Two old men. That's what this show is now called, Two Old Men.
Funny.
No, mine...
Make it 3. I peed right before I left the house.
But you don't do... I have to work hard at it now because I'm
Yeah.
at the Jerry Stiller level of... I don't know if you remember that episode of Seinfeld where he'd be like, oh, just a little pee-pee. And, you know, just like
yeah.
one little drop. Like,
Yeah.
that's where I'm...
Oh,
That's where I'm at. At 49, I get a little bit of the... and it's a condition that is brought on by stress. So it's not a real...
Interesting.
It's not hurting me at all or anything, but if I get stressed out and if I consume copious amounts of bad caffeine,
Okay.
like good caffeine meaning like matcha or something that like tastes like shit,
Right.
I have to, this agitates it.
Okay. Do you know what's
I
interesting?
don't want to do anything good.
I do get the dribble pee.
Yeah. Because
Sometimes
you're a man.
Sometimes before shows, I'll be like,
Nerves.
yeah,
Stress.
yeah, same thing. I'm just
Bladder, stress is the
Yeah.
stress thing. Tom would be like, don't talk about it if he were here. It's good that he's not here right now. He doesn't like bodily function talk. He's
Oh,
not-
really?
He's not big into it. How many people in the chat? Oh, they like your mustache. Sorry. I like to give compliments that people throw in there because
nice.
sometimes these people are assholes and they're not today.
Oh, good.
They're not assholes today, Tom. They're sweet.
Oh, they're always assholes.
There it is. Yeah, they're mean to our friends, but they like your mustache.
Oh, fantastic.
All right. They said your accent's fake as fuck, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm joking.
You got him.
I'm actually from Tennessee.
All right, Mr. Van.
Yeah.
Would you like? Where are we putting this? Just
This is tonight.
so I can forget it.
Tonight 3.
Tonight 3. All right, here we go. In 3.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. On the couch with us, comedian Sean Finnerty's here.
Hey!
How
I
you
made him
doing,
something.
Sean?
Hold on. I made him
Okay,
something. Hold
okay.
on. I gotta find it.
The comedian Sean Finnerty is on our couch today. See him at Moe's Comedy Jam on October 2nd. Hey! On October 2nd, hey!
There you go.
No. All right.
Yeah. October 2nd, you can see this man.
Did you just AI a Dropkick Murphy song?
I did. I took the spirit of Dropkick Murphys,
Brilliant.
and I stole it, and
Yeah.
I killed a rainforest.
Man.
Because that's what. Do you understand
Now,
that every
you killed one plant.
Every click. No, that was layered. Every click uses 7 to 10 purple diamond coins.
Okay.
The purple diamond coins are the currency used by AI. You have to pay real money for the coins, and every time you click the button, the amount of power it is needed to create that song destroys a small city in a third world area.
that's
Just
fine.
leveled with flame.
Okay.
Leveled with flame.
I'll be honest, I haven't understood anything you've said for about a minute.
Yeah.
But I will say this. It's funny that you play that because when I first started comedy, or first started touring doing stand-up comedy, a lot of times you go to clubs and they'd be like, oh, what song do you want for an intro? And I'd always say, I don't care. And it would always be Shipping Off to Boston.
Yeah,
Whenever I didn't pick, they'd go, Shipping Off to Boston. And so
It's
eventually,
racism, right?
eventually it got to the point where I had to be like, just nothing Irish. Okay, just
Right.
play a song. Right? They're
like,
gonna know. I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna sound like this and be like, is that an accent I detect? You know?
But if I was a club owner, it's going to be hard for me to not to play something Irish.
Because I've been
Yeah.
holding on to that song or some,
Yeah.
element of that. I've always wanted to do that to an Irish comedian.
Yeah.
But you're not going to do that to an Asian comedian. No.
No, exactly.
You're not going to do that.
Right?
You're not, no. You're not doing that.
Yeah.
You're not, I
Well,
swear to
no.
God, but I would laugh if you did.
It would be brazen.
I would laugh
For
at it,
sure.
though. I would laugh at it if somebody did go,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to want to do it.
Hey, Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Sean, you got married last November.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
a big deal, man.
Yeah.
So how was it? What was the wedding like? Tell me about it.
It was amazing. I got married in Mendoza, Argentina.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We have no idea.
Close.
Yeah.
Close. Now think more of a German feel.
Which is weird.
I know.
But so why Argentina?
No, so actually my wife's mother grew up in Argentina.
Okay.
And so when we were kind of thinking about where she grew up here in Florida, my wife.
Beautiful.
But when we were deciding where to get married, she didn't want to do Florida just because it was so familiar to her, and I didn't want to do Ireland because I have 370 cousins. So,
And Argentina, beautiful.
amazing.
I mean,
amazing.
it's like it's true. Yeah, South America, man. That is
and
it.
The food is amazing. Our backdrop was the Andes.
Really?
Yeah, we got married at a vineyard with the Andes in the backdrop.
That's awesome. Now, destination wedding. Did your friends or family like it? Did they get mad that you forced them to travel to Argentina?
No, do you know what I found?
I think that's a good man. If one of my relatives said, "Hey, you want to go to Argentina to a vineyard and eat delicious food and the backdrop's the Andes," I'd be like, "Yes, please."
So here's the deal, right? I found the people that like initially complained were the ones that just didn't show anyway.
The
They got their
complainers.
little complaint in and then they didn't come.
Yeah.
No, everyone had an amazing night. It was great. I think the big thing as well was the last 5 weddings I'd been to had all been in different countries.
Yeah.
Like of the last 6, 1 was in America, 1 was in Asia, and the other 4 were in Europe. So I was like, listen, it's my turn. We're going to Argentina.
Yeah.
And it was great because it was a very different experience. Like I don't think anyone at the wedding, aside from a couple of Gabriella's family, had ever been to Argentina. So like the wedding day was amazing. Obviously everything was included, so it was open bar for the whole thing. The next day we went to an Argentinian Premier League soccer game.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I bought tickets.
Spicy soccer for everybody.
I'm talking like fireworks, flares.
Yeah.
Like the fire department and cops were on the edge of the field. The pitch had a moat around it. It was like
there's danger in the air.
Oh, it was amazing. They had big nets behind the goal so you couldn't throw stuff at the players.
Am I wrong in saying that maybe this is the first man that I've met who planned his dream wedding?
Yeah, right.
This sounds like a man's dream wedding. Like if I'd been able to get married and then immediately go to a Premier League level soccer game where people are throwing things at the pitch. Dude, that's amazing.
You should see, because right when it got dark, right at the end of I wouldn't mind, the home team are losing 1-0. They lose 1-0, but they're 1-0 down in the 90th minute, and it's just gotten dark. And next thing, the whole place lights up with flares, and it's
smoke pouring out of it. Oh my God, what's happening?
I have a video of it on my phone. I'll show you after.
Yeah.
I have to go to a South American soccer game because it's the closest to Running Man I'm ever going to get to because the players have an escape tunnel just in case the fans try to kill them.
It's like this fun mix of sports and danger.
When there's moat and flares going on.
You had me at moat.
Yeah. And then you're looking at like fences, and then you're like, wait a minute, am I in danger? Who's in danger here?
Well, the referees certainly are.
And
you know what? And thank you for your service, South American soccer referees. The fact that you even get out there so we can watch you on a game day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's just
that's an awesome experience.
It's just gladiator with a ball.
So what's the wifey thing? She's into the soccer too?
Love
so
soccer.
You guys are having a great time. Oh man, this is a dream wedding.
It was a blast.
I love it.
Blast. Yeah.
So, Sean, another thing you told us recently, which I'm fascinated by, is the
We're in our Tonight Show era, by the way. Should we talk about
that? Me and Daniel spent...
How long have we been working together? That would be a funny, almost 30 years working together. Because
I started interning at the radio station in 2004.
And then you and I have been writing and producing for like more than 20 years together.
Yeah.
Like close to 30 years together.
And then in 20 years,
never. We've not even one time.
we've
I
always...
want Melissa to flag this first because this is a big deal, and I'm glad we're gonna bare our souls to you guys for a second.
We bust our ass where you like get on the person's social media, so they start looking at news related anything on the internet that we can talk to the
One
guest
of us
about.
will start the conversation. One of us will be like, "Hey, what do you want to talk to Sean Finnerty about?"
Yeah.
Then it was you today.
We deep dive interviews, recent interviews they did, and then go through and find little tidbits of what they talked about in other interviews.
Go back and watch you on the Tonight Show. Refresh myself with that.
Right.
Make sure I know how to say your last name. Write a song about you.
And then Sean came in, and then we were like, "Hey, Sean, anything new you wanted to discuss?" He's like, "I'm getting my learner's permit." And we're like, "That's good. Couldn't find that anywhere." And then what else? I just got married last November. Oh my God, 2 good ones.
Got married in Argentina.
And I'm like, hey, could we have just asked the guests before
for 20 years
what they wanted to talk about?
We realized on the last day of September? Close. We realized 30 years into our career that we could just look at the person coming in and welcome them and say, "There's the bathroom. Make yourself at home. By the way, is there anything you'd like to talk about today?"
And then 3 things, and then you're done.
We've never done that.
We've wasted our lives.
We've wasted our lives.
I will say my social media deserves a little bit of credit for that because I give nothing away on there.
I was gonna ask you, like,
private man.
You are a private person on social media. Like, it's like all your stand up and social media. And social media is great, but there's nothing personal on there.
No, and you know what it is? Part of that is as soon as I started making a living doing this, I was just like, oh, I don't need to put any time into this at all. Should I? Yes. Do I? No.
And
you know the Tom and Dan business method. How did you said that was secret.
You know, and there is something to be said about social media. There's going to be lots of people that have gone their whole social media career, and by that I mean, like, you were already a professional when social media started, and then you were told, hey, you have to do social media, and then, okay, you do it, but half-assed. And there's a lot of people that do it full force, and at the end of the career, it's not going to matter that much.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to end up being like, oh, okay, I've wasted, if hours-wise, compiled maybe, half a year of my entire life on social media, and it didn't do really anything that you can quantify.
Yeah, because sometimes like the whole following, this whole new wave.
I don't even like that term.
I don't either.
The term follower used to be like, oh my God, he's a follower. Like, that guy's in the cult.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you're a bad person. Look at
it went Jesus, and then that dude in Texas, and
Jesus was apparently the only good one that I know of.
But you realize, yes, it can help people, and it probably is smart to have a social media following. It's good for business at a certain point, but really all that matters is what's on stage.
That's it.
Because who cares about your following if you're bombing on stage, you're not killing on stage? Like, that should be 100% of your job.
You could ask Theo Von about that, because
apparently
he's having some issues.
No, on stage?
Apparently he bombed.
Oh, I did see. I read about this. So they said he bombed at his special.
And this isn't shade or anything, but this is just what I'm hearing, okay?
Yeah.
Because, I've seen him be hilariously funny, and, I'm not a fan. He came in here one day and was very kind to us, very low-key. I think he was super tired. But apparently he might be struggling with addiction again, because it seemed like he was in a state where you couldn't finish punchlines. I'll put it like that.
Okay.
But sometimes you can't have it all. Like Joe Rogan, obviously gigantic, successful podcast. At one time the biggest in the world.
Right.
And a lot of people do like his stand up. For me, it's not for me. It's not.
Yeah.
And to me, it seems like his stand up is not as good. Okay, you can't have it all. Who cares? Like, you already are one of the most popular influencers.
You're doing fine.
The way that I look at guys like that is I really don't. I don't trash other comedians, because I think it's such a tough thing to do.
Yeah.
That if you get any level of success in this, you've probably earned it in some respect.
Of course.
Paid dues in some way.
I like that.
But the way that I look at like Rogan is a perfect example. You get $100 million off Spotify.
Yeah.
Your gig is you have this podcast, but you've always done stand-up, so you also do stand-up. Which is going to take priority? The thing that makes you $100 million, or, also there's this, So it's probably just priorities. I mean, Theo Von, same thing. He probably, they make so much money without having to leave their house that you'd wonder if the drive is still there for the stand-up, in the same way, the same hunger like as there would be for someone who's up and coming, or someone who doesn't have $100 million deal. You know?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think that if you are a killer,
a good point of view.
If you are a killer on stage, I think it's just like
I hate that term.
in any video game. Like you can't have all the speed and all the power.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like so.
Wizard needs.
Or if you do, you're severely lacking in charisma.
Yeah.
One of them has to drop.
Yeah.
You
right.
can't have it all. So it's like I think really good stand-up performers, maybe not necessarily good at podcast hosting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen someone do good at both of them.
Right.
As decent, like Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, decent stand-up for sure, but obviously a better podcast host because that's where people have spoken. And then they love their podcast. So it's like, okay, well, this is your area. You can't be a Dave Chappelle and a Rogan podcast host. It just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So back to getting your learner's permit. So you never had. When did you move to the United States?
I never knew that either. Every time you've been here, which is I think we're on our fourth maybe time, I had no idea that you were not driving.
Yeah, I know. I've Ubered every time.
So
do you
how
ever
long?
dip your toe into Lyft, or are you Uber only? Are you loyal? Do you have loyalty?
Do you know what? I only use Uber, but I would not call it loyalty. I think I got accidentally put an old debit card on Lyft.
You're locked in,
and I was just like, I can't be changing that.
That's
it.
Are
now.
you guys brothers? Because he did the opposite on Uber, and he's Lyft only now because he's locked out of his Uber.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We're different, but the same.
Oh my god!
I don't care. Listen, I don't care who picks me up. A murderer. If they had like a convicted criminal Uber, I'd take that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not
That's actually a decent idea.
Like
you have to be a felon to drive.
Yeah. Like even like a convicted sex crime felon.
Oh my god!
Like,
You can't call it Uber Black though anymore.
You did your time.
It's gonna be bad. People are gonna get offended.
You know what? I would take that too. And here's how I know
For a
I'd take
discount,
it. I have given 2 different drivers 5-star ratings who got in crashes.
While you were in the car.
One, I completely forgot. One was the reason I was late to the welcome party of my own wedding. The driver in Argentina got in a crash. Yeah, he just rear-ended someone, and then we were like 20 minutes into this, and I go, can I just give someone money to get out of this situation? We've got somewhere to be.
And they were like, yes, you can.
You did international Uber. We've never done international. Or maybe you have. Have you done international Uber?
No.
Interesting.
We have. Yes, yeah. We did in Sweden.
And you can just use the same app, right?
Yeah.
How cool is that? I mean, not to just point out something that I don't know why I think that's cool, but it's cool that you have an app that you can get people to drive you around.
Anywhere in the world, as long as you've service.
That's wild, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a dumb old man.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to impress.
Well, it's so much easier to travel internationally now because you're familiar. Like,
speaking
to my phone so I can see what you're saying. Oh, you want to kill me?
Do you know what I just saw on the way here? First time ever seen it. I was on the Uber app on the way over here, and it said basically an option to record what's going on in the Uber for your peace of mind, for safety.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I will never use that.
Also,
I could just voice record on my phone.
Yeah, and you could possibly record your own death.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Actually,
No,
hold on.
no,
I
I
bring
don't
that
want-
back around. I think that's cool.
No, going back to.
I'm not saying I want to do it. I'm just saying it's definitely a cool option.
Well,
it's better than not being able to record your
Right.
death.
Listen, going back to a Dave Chappelle joke, I don't want to be screaming, please! They're begging for my life, and then they're playing it on the news, and then I'm like, I poop my pants.
Just try to stay quiet.
Right.
And then you're like, you can do anything to me, just don't kill me. Like, I don't need that on the news. So back to getting your learner's permit.
So, or not getting my learner's
Oh,
permit,
okay.
as the point is. So here's how I moved here when I was 21. I'm now 36, so I've just Ubered my way through life. And
wow.
Yeah.
15 years,
15 years
of not having a car at all.
Right.
That's impressive,
and
man.
so I went to get my learner permit, and they do this quick eye test, right? So you put your face up to the screen, and she goes, okay, read the 3rd row. And I read 4 letters, and she goes, okay, now read the other 4. And I went, ha, good one. Turns out there were 4 more letters, and I'm blind in my right eye.
And you had no idea until the DMV told you?
So here's the thing.
That's a real man, by the way.
Has your body compensated to the point where you don't think you're blind?
No, so here's what it is, right? It's not, like, I've always known I had, like, poor vision in my right eye, but it's never been an issue for me because my eyes work fine as a pair. Like, I wore glasses as a kid. And then one day I was like, I don't like these, so I just stopped wearing them.
Okay,
and then I've gone through life, been able to see fine, but just always kind of in the knowledge that I had alrighty, weak enough now.
Okay. Well, first off, you have not been seeing fine because
the machine told us that.
I'm no doctor, but when the government DMV tells you that you can't see, that means it's real bad.
Yeah.
Because I can understand when like eyeglass the superstore. When they're trying to sell you glasses, the government is just literally like they don't even, the people that work there, they care less. They're just like, you failed the least standard of being able to drive.
I would imagine it's pretty wide open.
We try to.
No, here's the thing. It's actually the thing you put your forehead up to read the letters.
Yeah.
It is actually a pretty stringent test. So because here's the thing. Normally, with my right eye, if it was something like that, I would have seen letters. They just would have been too blurry to tell.
Okay.
But whatever this test was, I was just like, I saw nothing.
Oh,
there was
no.
nothing
That's
there.
real bad.
Yeah, that is real bad.
And so, so I have to go to the. I just went to the optometrist, and I'm waiting on glasses now.
Okay. And then are you gonna go back?
Yeah, I'll go back with my little form filled out.
So what made you 15 years of Ubering around? And recently, Crystal's car was in the shop, so I've been Ubering a lot. And every time that happens, and I do Uber a lot, I lean towards enjoying it because I'm like,
it paces you down. It slows you down.
Well, it not only slows you down, but I'm also like doing emails and stuff in the back of the Uber, and I'm like, man, I might be able to get.
What else are you doing? You gotta knock it all out back there.
It's just like I'm able to get some stuff done while I'm riding.
You're not Russell Wilson. You're working out in the back of the Uber. You got like little tiny weights. You're doing push-ups in the aisle of the plane.
I'm on my fantasy. I'm gambling.
Do you take phone calls?
Yeah. I'll take some.
I don't like
calls.
doing that. I don't like taking a call in an Uber. I don't like other people hearing anything that I have to say.
You know what?
I don't even say hi to the Uber man. I just get in like I can't speak.
You know what? I just got a call from my agent on the Uber over here, and I answered that, and I chatted to him for a couple of minutes, but I was like the whole time like trying to just okay, all right, this has to end, and then I hung up. And I just instinctively, because I also don't like talking in Ubers.
Yeah.
Instinctively, I just went, "Hey, sorry about that." And
that's what I would have done.
Yeah, he did not answer. So, so now I think this guy thinks I just ended a conversation with, "Hey, sorry about that," and just hung up.
Yeah, they don't care, meaning drivers. So just whatever.
I'm paying for the right to talk on my phone, to fart in your car.
No, you're allowed. I just don't like to do it. It's just not something I like to do. You can do anything you want to in there. You can masturbate in there for all I care.
No,
I don't like to do
far.
it.
I Uber to the airport quite a bit, obviously traveling, doing gigs on the road, and every time a lot of early flights, I always bring a LaCroix with me, like a seltzer water.
Yeah.
And I always ask when I get in, I'm like, hey, is it cool if I drink this in here? And a lot of them are
very polite.
A lot of them will be like, wow, thanks for asking.
Yeah,
I'm like, well,
there's a lot of Toms out there. They just get in. I'm doing business. They don't care.
Fantasy football.
You just drive up there. You're lucky to have a job. We just raised minimum wage. I don't know about that. Let's go.
Sometimes I get in, I'll just start screaming. I'm like, yeah! The entire time. And I'm like, this is my American right to scream.
I'm an American businessman. And if I want to scream my head off in my Uber going over to Buffalo Wild Wings, I'm allowed to.
Which is why I never got a driver's license.
So, now, but why now?
Why now?
Yeah. Like after,
great question.
After all these years.
And there's a wonderful answer.
Okay.
The answer is, my wife said, "You're an adult. Get a driver's license."
Come on.
Damn wife! I know.
Come on.
God, it's a wife.
Argentine wife putting her foot down. Never heard of that.
Do you know what? She didn't even really put her foot down. She has been hinting for years that, hey, maybe as a grown up, you might
as
like
a grown up, ouch.
or maybe, like there's a certain freedom to drive. I'm like, there's a freedom to Uber.
Tom just explained that to us.
And money-wise, you could make the argument that it is cheaper to Uber.
It's way cheaper. It is way cheaper.
Car insurance, car payment, car repairs, gas.
We're overcard.
I've never paid for any of that stuff in my life.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, you're talking $150 a month in gas, $100 plus in insurance, and car payments. You can't get a car for
registration,
damn near $500 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, gone are the days. You remember, you used to be able to get a car payment for like $160.
Yeah.
Like when in the 90s, like my friends are like, I got $185 car payment. We're like, ooh, that's
I remember
$180.
Yeah, I remember a friend that had, I think, less than that.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, it's nothing to sniff at. But
I will say, you probably go less places.
Yes, which may be good.
Which, honestly, good thing.
Yeah,
I was discussing with you, our buddy Bustacker. Like, John Bustacker is the bike king of Orlando.
Yeah.
He and Brendan both. Shout out Orlando Shine Show. They bike a lot, and I think it's cool. Like, Maisie, my daughter has expressed interest in doing more biking when she gets a little bit older. She's going to be biking to school eventually. I mean, I'd love to see myself doing that because, I mean, like, if you can save money just biking around and you can still go grocery shop, you can still go to the pub, you can still, do whatever you want, that's awesome.
Well, I mean, at a certain point, it's not even really about saving the money and, like, a money issue is more about, like, hey, how many, if you're going to go somewhere, you really have to think, is it important for me to go there?
Right,
is it worth it? Like, sometimes I'll get my truck.
Used to be, right?
You just drive around aimlessly. So like, I'll go to the store.
Yeah, you take a drive when you're mad. I don't think cowboys, that had a wagon, I don't think that when they were mad at their old lady, that they just go hitch up the horses and start riding around and chill out, So, wasn't a thing.
So once you do get your driver's license, then you have to buy a car. So then now, what how are we gonna get a car? Facebook Marketplace.
I'd say step one will be I'll just get insured on the wife's car.
Okay. So borrowing.
I'd imagine. I'm not a very possession-oriented person. You know what I mean? So I'd imagine what will happen was eventually she'll get a new car and I'll just take.
And what if? Let's make this science fiction. And what if you start Ubering and you become Uber?
Ooh.
Because you've been Ubering for so long, and then you start Ubering, and then you just sucked into the system. You just become you're Uber man.
Damn it, they got me.
Yeah, have you ever thought about it? You could Uber. You could drive people on your way to do comedy.
Oh, listen, man, I have thought so much about. I'm a big side hustle guy.
Okay.
I genuinely have this dream of like just going house to house picking up dog crap. I really.
The dog poop business.
That's a big business, man.
Man,
they're in this neighborhood.
If I just had my like 30 houses, right, and I could just go and just pick up dog crap for the week.
You just hit each one.
Yeah,
I mean, exactly. Yeah. It's literally exactly what you have to do.
It's so funny. Like some people would look down on it. That is my dream. I travel so much doing comedy that it would be so nice to be home a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just have a paper route, but for dog crap.
Yeah. That's a real thing, and they're in this neighborhood somewhere. We had them on the show.
And that's a good passive bullying to the people that actually pick up dog crap for a living. I like doing that, by the way. Whereas, like, you have a job, like professional podcaster, you're like, if I only pressure washed for a living, and the pressure washers are hearing this, and like, you MF.
Yeah.
Because they're for sure like, I'll do anything but this. I hate my job.
I get
because the grass is always greener, and that's
of course.
And that's the thing. Like, you're a professional stand-up comedian. We do it all the time. We're like, man. If I only had some, this job, and then the people hearing that are like, "Are you joking?
Yeah,
this is
horrible."
horrible.
They're like, "You work 4 hours a month."
Like remembering what
I'd kill to just go on stage for a living,
or just remembering what it's like to just leave
instead
of locking up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like there is a total difference in owning this and like locking up and leaving, and then you just grab your backpack and walk out the door.
I know.
What a feeling.
I know. And then you get a call from your boss like, "Hey, you were still meant to lock."
So speaking of money, I know that's the last thing we'll talk to you about. Daniel told me about this Saudi Arabian comedy festival that's been stirring up a lot of comedian
The
hate.
Riyadh Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
It's huge.
And so the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
You want the names?
In Saudi Arabia. Yeah, give us all the names.
Okay.
Because other comedians have.
Oh, real quick, I actually turned this down. Preemptively in my mind. And they got the message, thankfully.
Yeah. You're standing up, Sean.
It's a lot of people. You got Amara, or Aziz Ansari, Wayne Brady, Hannibal Buress, Bill Burr. That's the big one that everybody's kind of really like, whoa.
Bill Burr?
Well,
Yeah, Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Or Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart.
Louis C.K.
Jimmy Carr, Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., but,
Louis C.K. is like, I don't care about the hate.
Yeah, I mean, he's already hated.
It's not going to hurt my reputation.
There's some weird, like Whitney Cummings. Why? Pete Davidson, your dad died in 9/11, dude. That's
honestly,
That's
as
weird.
well on Louis, like that's probably the best place for him to perform.
Sure,
because,
yeah.
The women are
very,
very dressed.
Chris Stefano.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
Stefano. Omid, I can't pronounce that guy's last name. I mean, it goes through Kevin Hart, Gabriel Iglesias, the biggest one, Jim Jeffries. Some on here that were like, what? Maj Jabroni, that's another one I didn't expect to be on there.
Yeah.
Joe Coy, Bobby Lee.
Yeah, some of the biggest comedians. And then and David Cross and Mark Maron.
And a bunch of
Spoke
others
out about it.
are kind of speaking out
Let's be
now.
clear, they spoke out about it. We're not just throwing them on the list like
No,
They
spoke
spoke
out about
out. They spoke out.
So then, I'm curious of your opinion, Sean, because when I see stories like this, like it's hard for me to even have an opinion because I'm like, hey, do what you want. I mean, you are offered the money, and like even Shane Gillis, who's not involved, did say in a statement which I thought was good. He's like, hey, you keep offering me money, there will be a price that I will take it.
You're gonna get to a number where I'm gonna say yes, and I don't want to do that to just stop.
Yeah.
And so,
Which I'm like,
and
that's a
honest.
really good answer, man, because you're able to tell the truth, but not do it.
Yeah, nobody like. There are very few people out there that there isn't a number. You know what I mean?
That's an honest answer.
And here's what I'll say. I think there's a couple of different ways to look at it. The way that I would look at it is everyone else has taken the money, right?
Yeah.
So it all depends on how you view stand-up comedy. If you view stand-up comedians as some people the truth tellers, you know what I mean? There are people who have this view of like modern day philosophers. You know?
Okay.
If you view comedy like that, then you're like, I can't believe these guys are taking the money. If you view comedians as jesters, you're like, oh, the jester got paid, the clown got his money. You know what I mean?
Then you don't care.
So it really does depend on how you view it. Because if you look at like, okay, the UFC. They're always in Saudi Arabia. WWE, WrestleMania is going to be in Riyadh.
2 years.
How long until have we seen an NFL game over there? Maybe not, but I mean, would anyone be shocked? Like Live Golf, everyone is taking the money. So the Saudi Premier League, soccer league, some of the best soccer players in the world are playing in Saudi Arabia right now. So like, it all depends on where you draw the line about who gets to take the money and who doesn't. Plus, let's not even get into governments and backdoor deals and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you start tracking the money back long enough. You could find evil things or things that you don't agree with.
Right.
It just depends on how far you go back. It's like, it's really, and then I'm sure all these comedians did that math. Like they are their own business. They're like, hey, how much is this going to hurt me versus how much is going to help me? Is this going to be a non-point 2 weeks from now? Yes. And they know it.
Right.
And
Well, that's
like,
what you
no
said
one cares.
that I didn't think about, because you think about this and you're like, oh man, you don't want some of your favorite comedians to do this. But also Tom's talking this morning and we're talking about it a little bit, and you realize that the daily churn of stories is so fast and so rapid that it's not even, like, we'll see, and it's gonna not be a blip. And
in 2027, no one's gonna be like, can't believe Chappelle did Riyadh.
I mean,
I'm so mad about it still. Yelling in my Uber.
Just screaming. But you're driving it. But you're driving it.
Yeah,
That's the twist.
My passenger is scared.
Yeah, you're the passenger, Tom. You're in the back of Sean Finnerty's
Her
Uber.
boat yelling.
So Sean Finnerty is going to be.
I just want to pick up dog crap.
Give him his dream, folks.
Just Call Mo Comedy Jam, October 2nd, this Thursday. Daniel and I are going to be out there. A ton of radio people are going to be out there.
Yeah, man.
It's
always a good time.
All for a great cause, all for Yellow Brick Road Foundation. Huge thanks to JustCallMo.com and Mo DeWitt for putting these events on, and they're super entertaining, and it's, a list of great comedians. We've had them all on the show.
Yeah, man.
And Sean, thank you so much for coming.
Appreciate the time,
pleasure.
man.
I love coming and hanging with you guys.
Thank you for being here, guys. We will be right back. Awesome. Still on YouTube and Twitch, but thank you, man. That was awesome. I'll put on a little bit of music for these guys, and
then we'll just come back and do a 10.
We'll keep going. All right, guys, enjoy this. We'll be right back.
Sofas and Suds.
Oh, yeah!
Sofas and Suds. Let's go! Yeah!
Sofa and Suds is back. Sunday, November 23rd. Historic downtown Sanford. Races start at 2 p.m. And from 2 to 5, fearless teams roll their sofas down Palmetto in second for Sanford's most legendary event. Powered by Just Call Mo, Modern Plumbing Industries, and Surfside Iced Teas and Lemonades. Keeping the good times flowing. Ice cold beer, wild rides, and the kind of fun you'll only find at Sofa and Suds. Stop lying on your couch and get to downtown Sanford November 23rd. Sign up and VIP tickets at westendvenue.com.
Sofas and Suds.
Well, you ask and you receive. You said you like the chemistry. Well, he's going to stay for another 10 minutes, and then we're going to get him out of here. So, there you go.
Yeah, you got to wait for his Uber. So
Might as well, right? Might as well talk to somebody you guys liked. I'm glad you guys liked him. We like him too. But I appreciate the positive feedback. And we do have good chemistry with him. But I'll say I think we have good chemistry with a lot of people because we try. You just got to try. Oh, we did book that podcast, live podcast in North Korea that you
Okay, all right.
yeah,
Good,
it's gonna be awesome.
good.
Yeah. We're gonna be doing it for Kim Jong Un's daughter. Who would have known Maisie would have met her, and they became fast friends. I got an email from a guy who said that he saw me at the bull riding competition with Mike Busey, and that we were standing 10 inches away from each other, and he said my name, and I looked away and was angry and walked away from him and didn't say a word to him, and it bothered him, and it still bothers him.
Well, you gotta ask yourself, like, what's more likely is that Daniel heard you, realized you were trying to say his name.
I think he was fucking around, but
and then purposefully ignored you and walked away out of anger for what? Why was he angry at you?
I've never done that.
And then, or he just didn't hear you and we're busy and like an event. And we're
if I looked mad, it was because I was at an event with Mike Busey and girls riding bulls. That's why I was mad.
And during when COVID. Ramped back up. We thought it was over.
My family's at home, and I want to be with my family.
Yeah. And then we realized, like, we planned this event because everybody got their vaccine and we're good. And then I was like, oh, everybody's getting COVID again. And we're like, oh, fuck. We're like, you can't screw over Johnny's and, like, all these people. It's like, it's a hard decision. You're like, oh. And that's the thing. Like, when you stand on your higher horse, they're like, I would have done it differently. Then it's hard. You can't, like David Cross.
Pee-Pee Sprinkles, Kara says, Daniel was only ever been rude to my child, but I still make him listen. I was rude to your child? When was I rude to Kara's child?
That I believe.
I don't remember that. All right. You going to do some voicemails? Is that what we decided?
Yeah.
Have Sean help out? Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great. All right, man. Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Sean Finnerty is still here, hanging out, waiting for his Uber.
Yeah.
So we figured instead of him waiting in the lobby, we just wait on the show with us.
This is a new segment we'd like to call Waiting on an Uber.
Because you're blind in one eye.
All right, let's go with, oh my God. Let's go with this one right here.
I don't watch a lot of network TV anymore, but I found myself watching America's Got Talent, and they had a mini segment with the hosts, I don't know, showing them up close, and good God, have you seen what Simon Cowell looks like lately? I mean, God, man, just grow old. He looks weird. Anyways.
Yeah, he does look a bit like a Chucky doll these days.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but the man is 60 years old.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He looks awesome for 60. But people say, yeah.
Do you know what he looks? He looks like Jeff Dunham should have his hand up his arse.
How old is
he
has a puppet head on him.
He does look a little puppety.
Oh, how old is Simon
I just
Cowell?
think he's late 50s. You're 60 in him, and I don't know if he's 60.
No, he's been around a while. I could see 60s.
Yeah, I guess he like early 60s, 63, 62, 63. Somebody's going to throw in the chat room before you can get it to bed.
65 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he's coming in for a landing.
Yeah, so
I guess it's working because you thought he was in his 50s.
Yeah, late, I said late 50s.
Yeah.
But here's the thing I will say. Late 50s with plastic surgery. I mean, the guy definitely looks like he's had work
Of course,
done.
yeah.
It's never. Do you know what it is? It's always the mouth. It's always where you just go, this wouldn't be a big deal if you could just still have facial expressions.
Yeah.
If you could, if your smile looked normal, you'd get away with it.
Well, who's done it right?
That's a good question.
Okay, so
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
No work, aged gracefully.
Yeah, but she's doing this thing now that's so empowering where she wears no makeup.
Yeah.
And
It's great.
And she's so confident
great?
about it. I know you want to say that. I know you want to say that. And to me, I look at her and I agree. It's not the Pamela Anderson that as a teen boy
Nor
I
should it
lusted
be.
after. But that's not what she's going for.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
to her and other women, it's super confident.
Listen, I'm always fine with whatever people want to do,
Yeah.
and but I will say,
Not me.
Get him,
You
Sean.
don't get to do that. What are you doing over there? Stop doing
Yeah,
that.
hey, you, put some makeup on. What do you think this is?
And you're also watching on TV, which is if you see these people. Okay, the most impressive person I saw in real life that's had a lot of work
I know
done,
what you're gonna say.
was Mark McGrath. So
From the band Sugar Ray.
So I saw Mark McGrath in person in a meet and greet, and
In Ivanhoe.
It was 4 years ago.
Hullabaloo.
And he's older, and he's got a lot of work done. And when I saw him in person, it blew my effing mind how good he looked for his age. And I was like, and it didn't look weird at all. I was like, God, this guy looks incredible. Like, and
It's like
so
you ever
I don't know.
wear-
That's what you're paying for.
You ever worn a pair of sunglasses that are polarized, and then you're trying to change the radio station in your car, and you can't see it because of polarization?
Yeah.
There was a time when that was like a thing in cars.
Okay.
I think TV cameras, there's something about the television camera that makes, when we see people with plastic surgery, they look different, because I think you're kind of right. Any person I've seen that's had work done in front of me, it's like it's more forgivable in human eyesight than it is on TV, if that makes sense.
Right.
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I'm not articulating that
So you
correctly.
think they look better in person
They
than they do? Okay.
Mark McGrath does. Like, when you see
Yeah.
him on, like, Hollywood Squares or something, you're like, okay. But when you see him in real life, you're kind of like,
Yes.
that looks better.
Right.
I think it's your brain because your brain is lazy. We do this with
Filling in the gaps.
We do this with our significant others too. Like, you will always see your partner as younger than they are, especially if you've been with them for a while,
Right.
because your brain is seeing their younger version of themselves and not their 45-year-old.
Your
version
brain
of
is
themselves.
questing for what it wants. It doesn't want the saggy old lady. It wants a delicious young baby.
But also, like, it's putting that younger features that you grew up with in, and it's kind of diluting it where it's skewing
It's
younger.
the original AI.
Yeah, and so it's fine. I mean,
I don't know why, but the phrase "grew up with" felt out of place.
well, I'm describing my own wife.
What I meant was the lady I remember from my 20s. Not.
So
It's tap dancer on this topic.
yeah, and then other people, like other men at 65, look a lot older than Simon Cowell if they didn't have plastic surgery, and you'd probably be criticizing them if they, it's like, man, look how old this guy looks. If Simon Cowell knows plastic surgery, you'd be like, he looks so old. You might as well do it.
But
for
I don't
yourself.
do that to old people, though. I don't.
The public does.
I don't look at people that age and be like, holy crap, what the hell happened to that guy?
The public does.
Maybe, yes. Maybe to celebrities who are in the public eye, one day someone ages dramatically and you go, wow, that's a change up. But my big takeaway from this is your camera theory is interesting. Why isn't plastic surgery better? Doesn't it feel as though we've gotten to a point where it should be like, oh,
it's better now. So in 40 years from now, everybody will look way better. Simon Cowell started plastic surgery 20 years ago.
he started too young.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like now, modern day technology, a lot.
So he's still got silver fillings of plastic surgery, is what you're saying.
But there's no fixing it?
No, because
I think it's like I don't think you can move around skin endlessly. I think you get to a point where you lose the elasticity. It's almost like tattoos. I've been told that there's only a certain amount of work you can do on my arms to a point where they're like,
Ironically, that's what they told me about my eye. They said, "Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, no, you can't get LASIK, nothing like that. No, you should have been wearing a patch as a kid.
kid patch.
You should have been a little Irish pirate."
What? They told you that?
Yeah, the lady. Yeah, when I went to the optometrist, she was like, "Hey, if you wore a patch as a kid to try and strengthen the eye, it might have improved it. It would have improved it, but because you've just let your left eye be like, don't worry, I got this for 30 years. Now you just got a bum eye."
Yeah, I think that's what my son has, because he had to wear a patch during his eye therapy. To strengthen the one eye, and then to make it because your one eye compensates for the other.
So wait a minute, are you bragging that you did what Sean should have done? Are you saying I did this? Like,
and
You're saying that I put a patch on my son to strengthen his eye, which is what Sean was telling you, pouring his heart out.
Which, if you think about it, is another case for you know what? Just like plastic surgery, things have gotten better nowadays because he actually did the thing.
Well, it was like 3 days or something, right? Or how long was it that he had to wear it?
It was just during
his exercises.
That's how to do
that
it.
eye's not going to be strong enough. He's going to be like me.
Yeah. Well, I know because
he loves Uber too.
We didn't do the GD exercises, Sean.
Let me tell you, that get around old Shawnee One Eye is going to tell you a tale.
Your son's going to grow up to be a very successful Irish comedian.
And also in the late 90s in Ireland, bigger problems than Sean's eye.
Yeah.
They were just like, I don't know. Grew up.
No, your time frame is pretty solid there. I would say, I think 1996, 97 was when the Oma bombing happened.
Okay. All right,
I grew up an hour from the north.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up in the Republic, but I was an hour from the border.
Holy smokes.
So
Yeah.
you
saw some stuff.
Yeah.
Not really. Never went.
But it's around there is what I mean.
Yeah.
What I mean is it's in the air. You got to feel it, right?
Of course, yeah. And it's funny. I had been to the north a few times, but never been to Belfast until I was 32.
Really?
And what happened? And I was living in America at the time, and I got booked to work a cruise ship, to perform on a cruise ship that was going to Belfast. So I had to move to America to get a job to fly back to finally see Belfast as an adult. Yeah.
Wow. That's wild, man.
And so like during that time and when you were growing up in that environment, like do you have any memories of like, oh, this is like, it's not safe to go here, or like stay away from here, or there's tension? The
one memory that always stands out to me, and it was around the Oma bombing. I must have been like 7 at the time.
Yeah.
And it was a Saturday, and I was just at home alone, and there was, for some reason, watching golf. A 7-year-old kid just like watching golf.
It wasn't live golf either.
No. Actually, there is probably a good reason for this. Is because I grew up with 7 TV channels, and I loved sports, and that was the only sport on. So
I had 3 channels. We watched a lot of golf.
Yeah, so,
NASCAR too.
Yeah, so 7 years old watching golf, and I just remember red writing flashing up at the bottom of the screen saying a bomb has gone off in Oma, Tyrone. Wow. And it ended up, I think it was 28 people died in that.
Wow.
And that was the last. After that, there was like the Good Friday Agreement, like the peace treaty and all that. Clinton was heavily involved in that. Bill. And that was kind of my main memory of it. Yeah.
Wowie.
It's always interesting to me with someone that grows up in any area of instability, and like where just like there's things as a kid, because when you're a kid you don't know any different. And
you're still doing kid stuff.
Yeah.
So you're trying to find something to do on a Saturday. Like you're like, golf's okay, and you're probably laying there looking at a magazine while it's on or something.
Yeah. It's like it's always so weird to see kids like playing in the streets of a war-torn country, where it's like they're still innocent playing like. Yeah.
I don't care who you're bombing. I'm playing soccer.
But then there's like there's killing and like crazy things. Going on.
They're kicking a ball around. And there's a flash grenade and
I got to get this energy out, man. I'm going outside.
And also you're like fearless because you don't even know like what to be afraid of.
It's a beautiful
ignorance,
reality.
Right?
Beautiful
it's crazy
ignorance and running around.
It's crazy.
And your parents just kind of shielding you from it and protecting you from something so sinister and terrible.
All right, good way to end.
That's great. Great job.
I do know.
We should have not talked about that.
Welcome back to War-Torn Children with Tom and Dan. I'm your host.
We ended so well last segment.
Every other part of this was so delightfully.
Every week we're gonna bring in a new. Every week we bring in a new comedian that grew up in a war-torn country, and we interview him about his childhood war memories.
War stories.
We had the funny
childhood war stories. It's not war stories. It's childhood war stories.
We had the
hold me closer, awkward banter.
Learning permit, the wedding. It was so good.
This is what happens when you don't ask for 4 things.
Yeah.
We ran out. We're like, God, war torn. Tell us about the bombings.
Wow,
how many people killed?
We really nailed that first segment.
Somehow, I think this made the best of though, because it's pretty good.
Can't win them all. All right, Sean. I appreciate it again. Just Como Comedy Jam on Thursday.
Yep.
Come
go
out.
see this guy. Go support local comedy and do something very good for charity.
Yeah, come hang out with us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, that's so funny, dude.
Brilliant.
We're still on Twitch and YouTube, though, just
perfect.
so you know. That was great. Are we doing anything before lunch, or are we done?
Yeah, no, we'll do one segment,
That's what I
but
thought.
for October 13th.
Okay, cool. I'll just save this. And that was great, man. Thank you.
Brilliant. Yeah, my pleasure, lads.
Very
That was
fun.
a great time.
Bus Deck, are you going to answer him? Or I can answer him if you want me to.
Okay.
All right, let me turn all these off. Hello, we're back. Sorry about that. It's a weird thing, and I think we can talk about this as a little warm-up thing. It's a weird thing when we get done with a show and we're still going live on the stream, but the person wants to kind of sit and be, and he's a gentleman.
Yeah.
So he wants to sit and you talk to him a little bit, and, you know, he might have a glass of water or something, and then we talk about, and we kind of have pleasantries, and we finish out the segment, and then he goes on his way into his ride and goes home. So it's weird to interrupt that. It's weird to like shut this down and then have this going in the background. It's weird.
Broadcast it with. I mean, and even if we tell them like, "Hey, we're still live," then it's kind of like you are. You know, it can't have a normal conversation because it's like, oh, people are watching this, so I need to be entertaining.
Right.
So it's not the same communication.
Weird.
Although we'll leave the goddamn shit on at all times.
Oh yeah, I don't care. I'll be talking about anything. I'll be like, fuck this guy, fuck that guy, and John's like, oh. Yeah, we don't care.
But it's you're right. With the guests, it seems polite to turn the stuff off, or maybe we leave it on. I don't know. Maybe the person.
I mean, I put on music just because I don't feel like he wants to, and it is case by case. He's a little more private, so I turned on music.
Yeah.
You know, if a woman is here, normally I turn on music because I don't want them to sit there talking to us and you guys will be like, zoom in on her tits. Zoom in on her cleavage. Look at her tits. Zoom in. You animals. We try to give you the real and everything, but I don't know. I don't even know why. You know, I thought last night, and this happens about once a week, I go through a full anxiety attack about shut the stream down. I'll drive over here. I'll rip all the fucking lights out of here. We're back to audio only. Fuck this shit. Fucking stupid. I do it once a week. I have to talk myself out of destroying our studio. Just wreck it. Just destroy it. No need for it. All right. Is this a coming back?
Yes, this will be 3.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Coming back. 3, 2. Welcome back to a corporate time.
Real quick, our beer fest, free beer fest, is November 22nd.
I'm sorry. Did you say free beer fest as in I don't need to pay anything for this beer fest?
Yep. You just show up at noon. That's at noon is when we start handing out the gift bags. We're only going to have 500 gift bags. By the way, the I'm saying the more
substantially a substantial pour is what I was calling them last year. Substantial.
A heavy pour cup is going to be sold Yellow Brick Road Foundation. A pint glass, you could buy that for $20.
Yep.
And they will have all the other gifts. Because last year we didn't give the Yellow Brick 200 gift bags with the 200 pint glasses.
Yeah.
So this year we're going to change that because we heard people are like, I don't want to go back into line.
Every year we make it more complicated and disorganized. Every year we do, right?
Anyway,
right,
but
yeah.
the point is it's free. If you want a sample cup, just show up at noon and the beer starts pouring at 2. We've got over a dozen different breweries from Central Florida coming by, like THC seltzers.
Yeah.
THC seltzers are a big one this year. I think there's 3 different THC seltzer companies.
And they have multiple different flavors.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have to be, again, all you need is a photo ID, and you're going to drink responsibly because everybody that goes always does.
Live music, DJ, tons of food trucks. Tons of our sponsors out there giving away free stuff.
Not only tons of our sponsors, but many of our Gold Star sponsors will be out there, and you can meet them.
Yeah, and it's all for free. Big street party in Sanford.
Yep.
And then the next day is the sofa races, where we've been doing that for now. This would be 13
Breaking
years.
news, and it's getting some woo-hoos in the chat room. Tracy says, ladies and gentlemen, none other than Jeff's Bagel Run will be.
All right.
At the Bad at Business Beer Fest.
Awesome.
Dude, that goes bagels and beer. That goes really well together. You got to soak up some of that beer in your tummy.
So all we want is for you to come out and hang out with us and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And that's all we ask.
Come say hi, please.
It is super expensive and complicated to put this together. And luckily, we have great sponsors, and we use the sponsors' money to pay for everything.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
it's a lot of work for Tom. He organizes it. Tracy puts in a lot of effort to do this.
Yeah.
Everybody puts in time, and we don't really make any money from this event at all. But what we do what we do like to do, we spend money, is I like when you guys say hi to us, and you come and you bring your families and you bring your pets. And you walk around and you taste the beers and you buy the beer from the brewer. You go in Celery City, you go in West End, and you buy the beer. And it's our way of thanking you for, lifting up our podcast. I mean, we are a one of one. I have never found anything anywhere close to us in a city. And I'm proud that you and I get to do this. I'm proud of you. And I'm proud of our listeners. So let's go have a big party and have a good time.
I like it because it is anti-establishment, and we've always kind of been like that. We're like
it's a middle finger to Beer Fest, 100%.
And then it's like, well, we could do one for free, and then they're like, no, you can't. And like, yeah, we'll do it. We'll spend money and use the sponsors' money to pay for.
We'll spend money and people will have fun. You'll see. We'll waste our money.
Yeah. And all we want is our listeners to come, and then hopefully they'll stick with us for a little bit longer.
Yep.
And then me and Daniel, we'll let people. I don't know if we ever talked. Maybe it's more for our BDM show, which, by the way, that is another way to support us becoming a BDM.
Yeah, you could pay a little bit extra and get extra shows.
We hope to retire doing this job. which
That's the goal.
I never thought it was possible, honestly, even when we started the podcast. Obviously, when we started the podcast in 2009, I didn't even think it was possible to make it a job until we saw
Who would?
all of the listener support, and we're like, wait a minute, if they support us this much, then
we could probably do this.
Yeah, we could probably do this. So, but then after building the company and me and you grinding, and like all of a sudden we turn around, it's been 11 years in business, and then we started realizing like, well, maybe we can make this an entire career and then retire one day, and then tie a little bow on it.
Yeah.
And
how are you going to do that if I die early though? Because I've been feeling it lately. Chest pain's crazy.
I'll use the publicity of your death.
Okay.
I'll go on
I have a plan for you.
Have you ever seen?
I have a plan for you. Do you want to hear my plan? I do have a plan for you.
Have you ever seen the? I think it's it's a place in Africa, and they do these
where the naked ladies dance. That's France. Sorry, that's France.
There's
a place in Africa where
it starts with a G. What's the country in
Ghana?
Africa? Ghana.
Ghana.
Have you ever searched Ghana funerals on TikTok? Search it right now.
Wait, do they dagger at them?
No.
Do they parade the body through the streets?
No, they have the corpses, and they're usually dressed. And they're standing. Sometimes they're sitting.
No. I want a Puerto Rican on a crotch rock. Everybody's seen that one where they mummified the body and they put. Do you want to hear my plan for you? Because it will work.
So I will.
You can do whatever you want to with my body.
I will parade
including horrible things.
Yeah, I will parade you through the streets, and then somehow
you can do horrible things with me if you wanted to.
And they.
You could film me with candy and use me as a piñata. I honestly don't care.
I've seen a man with hitting the corpse in the face with a basketball. This is happening.
Think fast. Think fast. That's called the think fast.
People are screaming. It's a whole thing. I'm like,
that's called whaling. It's whaling.
And then it ended up on my algorithm,
and
I get it all the time. And I'm like, whoa, this is out there.
I want you to dress me in traditional Guyana garb.
Yeah.
And I want you and your wife to dagger me. Jamaicans. I'm mixing African. I'm mixing African culture with Jamaican and Bahamian culture. But I want you to dagger me.
So what do you want me to dress you as? Like normally?
I would dress me as Stewie from Family Guy. Okay. Here. I've been saving this voicemail for you because I thought you would give this guy a prize. This guy's definitely gold star.
You guys are talking about being drunk without people knowing. I did jury duty recently in downtown Orlando. And I was like, what do I do every day at lunch? I was like, well, there's a tap house right around the corner. They have burgers. So I just drank every day. I came back. So it was good 3-4 beers deep for that second half because jury duty is painful. And I ended up being the alternate. So I always wondered if the judge knew or not. And that's why they moved me to the alternate or something. I'm also high now, so
yeah, he's still high and drunk from doing this. Obviously this person, he likes to party a little bit, right? And you can hear that he was obviously drunk, and then he would go to do jury duty, and then when they would dismiss for lunch, which I did this for 5 days. He'd go to the tap house and drink beer. And you know what? I don't remember them ever telling me that I couldn't have beer at lunch. I don't remember ever being told that. And I think, and I'm going to throw it out there, this is different for me, but as an American, I think it's kind of American to drink on your, I feel like our founding fathers would have had a pint of ale when they're deciding something.
I mean, every day.
I see no problem. It's a long-winded way of saying I don't see a problem with this. I don't see a problem with this.
Now, could you declare a mistrial after if the juror admitted that they were drunk the whole time?
Has anybody ever done this? Should I search this?
I'm sure it's happened. And by the way, the judge is just happy people showed up. They're willing to take what they can get. As I'm like, if they detect that you're
and I think it depends on the case, but and I honestly don't think they're sniffing for it. This is a great question for Mo, kind of, right?
I would have to assume that if they found out you were drunk, that maybe it could even be some sort of contempt of court.
Will they?
You can get in trouble.
Will they test you? I've never heard of this.
No. And the fact that they don't even sequester you enough to watch what you eat and drink means that there's like, if someone drinks a couple beers, whatever.
Hey, thanks for calling Tom and Dan. Who's this? Hello?
Oh, they butt dialed us.
Yeah, we get a
Hold
lot
on,
of
no,
these.
listen.
You want to see what they're doing?
Yeah,
See if
yeah.
we can guess what they're doing. This is very old school late night radio. I love it. I love it. We're in our late night radio era. I love it. Let's go backwards.
All right, so
Construction worker, definitely. This is a hard-working man because he's moving a lot. I can hear his jeans.
Yeah.
Let's profile this guy.
All right, so
What do you think?
I can't hear any background noise.
His legs are moving fast. You know what that means? Latin. He's shorter, faster moving legs. It's a Latin construction worker all day long, Tom.
Oh, it's the dish.
Hold on,
Oh, yeah,
hold
the
on.
dishes.
Dishes. No.
Yeah, he's in the.
This is. Okay, hold on.
What was that?
I don't know. It's a robot. This is a tiny Latin scientist with a robot. Tiny Latin scientist. What if we hear this man get murdered?
Yeah, when I was like 5.
He was a butterfly washer.
What? Use a butterfly washer. Okay, he's a mechanic. He's a mechanic.
Kick the ball, Joey. And I looked up.
Oh, what if a car falls on a guy? We hear someone die. If you're just joining us, somebody called us. A tiny Mexican construction worker or mechanic called us.
No, I heard pots and pans fall down.
But he said use a butterfly washer. That's a mechanic all day long. Did you hear what he said? I need to go pick up my daughter. I need some help. Okay, there's a black guy there.
Okay, all right. We're getting closer to the truth.
We're getting closer to the truth. We're the truth finders. Welcome to the.
So I do want to start I'm not going to call him Butler Tom. Because if anything.
This guy's a mechanic, 100%. The black guy was in there to pick up his car. He needs his car to go pick up his daughter.
Okay, all right.
He didn't like Tom's idea, but he liked Trevor's idea.
Well, no. He said, get the pipe where we need it for now. So, like, this pipe can go right there. You can move the 10, hold the 6 out to the 6.
Muffler shop.
Oh,
They're moving pipes.
What? You got to scoot the railings in? I feel like it's too high. Scoot the railings in.
Use the butterfly washer on it's a muffler shop.
Okay, yeah.
This is a small Latin muffler man.
I'm in. Put the 12 in the back. Well, we don't have to put the pipe back.
Should I bail on it?
I like putting people's voices on the radio without unknowing. Because technically, I guess you're not allowed to do that, but you know what? I'm here to say we are. And it doesn't matter.
Speaking of Riyadh, well, Tom and I will be at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. We're going to be broadcasting live there. And we're doing it for free.
We're doing charity.
It's just like the beer fest.
Yeah, we offered for free. We're like, we will perform for free.
They don't even want us there, but we're going.
Yeah, we're performing in the parking lot. They won't even let us inside.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Lamborghinis here.
This place is awesome.
The cops have Lamborghinis. Anyway.
They actually do. You want another one, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see what that was.
Hey,
hold
Tom.
on. Oh, that's the wrong one. Do you want any of these random puke stories? I mean, I have so many.
Okay. Yeah.
And they didn't do it right. You're supposed to send an email if you want to be in the competition for the first ever Pukes of Hazard to win a possible Gagman Gaggy Award. You have to send an email to show@tomanddan.com so I can read the email, vet the story, and pick you.
Well, that's happening tonight on our BDM show.
Yeah.
So the BDM show is probably out right now. If you're a BDM, you can download it.
No, there you go. So everything I said, disregard.
Well,
Just disregard it.
But let's play a Pukes of Hazard.
Here we
story
go.
now.
Here's a puke.
To get an idea of what we're giving you.
Hey, Tom and Dan. I am a few weeks behind, and I know you said you've received 1,000 Pukes of Hazard stories, but I think I have a good one. When I was in law school, I started seeing this girl who I really liked.
I think we already did this one. I think we did the rain puke story.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. We started
I'm
puking
pretty
out
sure.
of-
I'm getting better at remembering these sort of things. Hold on. It's this one I wanted. I apologize.
What's up, Tom and Dan? Barry Joe again. I've got another Pukes of Hazard story to drop on
Yes,
you.
so many.
I'm not going to email them in. I think I have too many to be a fair competitor. I don't want to be like a pro boxer going in and just smooshing a bunch of fat dads' faces. But this morning, I just ate way too much. I didn't even have but a couple of beers last night. But this morning, about 6:45, I was getting into my truck, about ready to leave, and my tummy wasn't feeling great. And as soon as I left the front door, my mouth started watering crazy. I was like, oh shoot, it's gonna happen. And I did your favorite. I did the businessman throw out the door of your vehicle. I hadn't made it out of my driveway yet, but like a trooper, I sprayed my truck off, sprayed the driveway down, rinsed my mouth out, and went back to fucking cutting grass. So, as the Grand Marshal, I am waiting on my hat or baton or badge or something. But yeah, let's do this.
What do you think about that?
What? Should the trophy be a bucket or a barf bag?
Oh, that's good. That's good. I don't know. I have a friend that was building a trophy for us, and it's gonna look like a pile of vomit.
Okay, all right.
Like it's gonna, you know, like the fake vomit you used to buy at the magic shop.
Yeah.
That was like, did it ever work? I don't think it ever worked. Fake doo-doo works, but fake vomit, I don't know if fake vomit has ever worked.
There's so many ways that vomit could look that it's, doo-doo is pretty standard. So when you see it on the floor, you're like, oh, dog doo-doo. But
Yeah,
when you
like,
see
I know what that is.
Like a pile of fake vomit on the floor, it's, I don't think anybody...
You study it more.
You're not going to jump to the conclusion that it's vomit. You're going to be like, what is that?
You study it more.
Yeah.
I definitely think you study it more. Let's go with this one right here.
I've always really disliked Dancing with the Stars, but decided to watch it tonight because, Corey Feldman. And it did not disappoint. And he played right on into his Michael Jackson stuff. Anyway. Have a good day.
I have a new theory on Corey Feldman.
Well, he's out.
Yeah, he's out. He got voted. They did a double elimination, and he and a famous basketball player, I'm blanking on the man's name, they both were the first to go out. I have a new theory on Corey. After watching this and watching seemingly how upset he was from being voted out, I now think that he does not understand that we are laughing at him.
Okay, all right, okay.
And I am, after watching that, it seemed very vulnerable. I'm being very serious right now.
Yeah.
He seemed extremely vulnerable. I'm standing in my bedroom looking at, like, his head on my TV is like, 10 times the size it should be. I'm staring into this man's eyes, and I'm using every power of emotion I have. And it really, really, really felt like he does not know that we're laughing at him. And I'm like, oh, crap. And it made me feel kind of bad because he got this mouth. You can go back and look at his mouth. He gets like a frown, and it's an authentic, like I'm letting my partner down. It's like I'm letting
he's actually sad.
Yeah, man. And I didn't like it. It didn't give me the same, it wasn't as fun to laugh at this guy. You know what I mean? I felt bad. I felt bad.
I did see a reel where someone was filming like after the show was done and everybody was like shaking hands and then he just walked off. So they filmed him just walking.
Taking it hard, they said.
Like he didn't stick around and be like, hey, thanks for working with me.
He
he just bailed. So that means I think he did take it super hard and he was expecting to advance and maybe even to win. So that also tells me that he's not really, because he's not by any means close to the best dancer.
No, he's way too stiff.
Yeah.
He can do his Michael Jackson stuff, but only because it's your old truck theory. It's like he's been doing these Michael Jackson moves for 50 years.
Yeah.
So of course he knows how to do them. Michael Jackson knew how to do them for 50 years. If you practice one thing for 50 years, it's the one thing you can do.
But it's not even really that smooth.
No.
It's kind of like it's good for an old stiff white guy.
A marionette.
Yeah. Like I could probably, if I had practiced as much as Corey Feldman, get close to what he's doing.
I'm gonna give you a better compliment. I think you could dance better than him. You're younger. Look, dude, it's just science. You would put the practice in. You know how to grind. You would be there.
Dude, I am stiff, and I'm not smooth at all.
Okay.
So
maybe
neither
a tie.
is he, though.
How about a tie?
yeah. I'll tie. But what I'm saying is, it's not even that good for 50 years of practice or whatever the hell he's been doing.
It made me sad though. It had the exact opposite reaction, and maybe that's why they voted him off. Maybe he was too serious about it. I know for a guy that was seriously sad for losing, it didn't seem like he was putting in all the time.
No,
So,
yeah.
you know.
Well, that's also the mental illness. It's like you're mad that you lost, but also you didn't put that much effort into it.
But you think you did.
Yeah.
Which is the mental illness.
Yeah. Like you think you tried harder than everybody, but you barely tried.
And you're telling everybody that narrative.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
and then even your partner's like, you didn't even show up for half
you
the
never
practices.
practiced. And you're like, oh, man, we gave it our all. And you're like, no, we didn't.
I like that.
I think we figured it out. Let's go with this one.
Hey, how's it going, y'all? I had a quick question for Dr. Tom Van. So
these are your people, by the way. Okay, this guy. If there was ever a guy, like I'm like ChatGPT, draw me a picture of Tom's #1 fan.
Hey, how's it going, y'all? I had a quick question for Dr. Tom Van. So my situation is this. So I'm one of your younger BDMs, still in the Gen Z era, I guess.
Thank you, sir.
And last Saturday was actually the first time I had my first one-night stand, which is great, beautiful woman, about 10 years older than me, pretty taller than me too.
Hey.
My situation.
So he's doing the Tom and Dan. If you get an older woman who's super tall, that's called the Tom and Dan.
Was that once we had finished, I took my condom off.
Whoa.
I got a little bit of my sperm onto my fingers, which, that happens sometimes. But the girl, she had asked me to finger her once we finished too.
No, I didn't know.
Which no issue with that. But I didn't stop to think. I accidentally.
You're living the dream, my brother. I'll tell you that. You're the goddamn king on earth. You're a king on earth, man.
That is an odd request. That guy. Listen, I do not have that much experience with women.
I tell you what, that's not something I thought about. But now that you've mentioned it, sir, I'm into it.
I've been with the same lady my entire life. I have not played the field. I don't know.
What's the question for Dr. Tom Van? I shouldn't even be talking. I shouldn't even be talking right now.
So I didn't even know that would ever be a request that I would ever face.
Not
in
on
the
my
future.
menu. Not on my menu.
After they'd be like, "Hey, can you do this?" I'm like, "At the end?" I thought that was at the beginning when I was like 16. I thought that was a beginning move for a younger man. I didn't know it was an end move for older lady. And also, it's like asking for seconds. Like obviously, I didn't make a big enough meal for you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you still want that means that I did not do my job, right?
It could mean it doesn't have to though.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to, but yeah, it could mean that when you finish this out, I got some work to do. But here we go.
With the sperm that was on top of my fingers, I kind of shoved them back up there.
Oh, come on,
So I'm kind of just sitting here wondering, is it possible for her to get pregnant off of me fingering her with the sperm on my fingers?
All right.
Or am I just overthinking that?
I mean, what are we in health class? What are we in health class in high school? First of all, this guy sounds like a child. Now I'm skeeved out.
Yeah. And by the way, that's called regular thinking. That's not really that far fetched.
No, this happens. This happens.
And
you can't. First things first. You came to the right place.
Because we know about the female body and reproduction.
If there's anybody that knows about, doing stuff before, after, and during, it's old Tom and Dan.
Now, I will say that getting someone pregnant, there is a small window of time each month, and that's the only time it can happen.
You got to check that. That I would start there.
Yeah. So that small window of time.
Also, the fact that she's 10 years older than you is a good.
Yeah. Like, it showed me as I got older. Now, no accidents happen, but when I actually became a dad and we actively tried to have a baby, it wasn't as fast as I thought.
Correct.
And then it took. Now, my wife was older. Like, I understand if you're younger, everybody's different. Some people are more
It's harder to start a 1949 Vespa VBA.
But on average, like, I feel like the average human, it's, first, it's a fact that there's only a small window per month. You can't get pregnant at every time. right? Because that's not how science
the
works.
woman's body is not producing eggs.
Exactly.
Right.
So you can say that. So then, during that time, it does help if the more frequent you do that, and the more that there is, helps the chances of getting pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
During ovulation.
So,
sure.
with all that said, I think you're fine.
I do too.
You don't have to worry about it.
But I'm not sure if you just want to be letter of the law careful, then
take that Plan B pill. It's not the people don't understand how science works, but it's like that thing just keeps you from ovulating. It's not like some abortion pill or something. You know,
how old? I wish he told us his age. He says he's one of our younger listeners.
He sounded like he was
early
26.
I think you might have nailed it.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. Well, thank you for your call, sir. We hope that we helped you a little bit.
But again, you exposed me to something I never even would have thought of, where at the end that your partner's like, hey, how about we do this thing that I thought only was a young man's game at the beginning.
You're probably right about it being like, hey, I didn't get to the end of the line here. You want to help me out? You want to drag me across the line here? You know what I mean? Like something like that. Let's try this one right here.
Yeah, I'm calling about the huzz debate. It's definitely where the ho's at, and it's shortened to where the huzz. But I'm more talking about the fact that I work at an elementary school, and I have to tell kids all the time to stop repeating things if they don't know what it means. I had to warn a kid to stop saying, "Who wants back shots?" because I know he had no idea what it means, but he kept shouting it out all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Who wants back shots? Okay. I shouldn't be laughing at that.
Will there be someone that will raise their hand?
Is it because language? Because since this has come up, I've had discussions with May and with Andrea, just trying to figure out if this happened to me when I was a kid. I was trying to think of phrases that maybe I was winging around that I didn't truly know what they meant, because that's definitely what's happening here. You know, because even May does it. There's certain phrases she uses that I absolutely know she has no idea what you're saying. I can't think of any right now, and I apologize for not having a good example, but that's exactly what's happening. Like, they don't know what hoes are. That's not a thing. Nobody has explained that to them, is what I'm saying.
I'm inching into Tommy. I'm starting to believe that Tommy knows a lot more than he's letting on.
Well, that's possible too.
Yeah, and because now I'm remembering in middle school, that's when I knew. Like, I was having conversations with other kids, and they were about everything. And
yeah, I was like in. It wasn't first year of middle school, but I want to say like third year. Second to third.
Oh, like 8th grade? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
way before
that's when I flipped in. It wasn't as early as that for me.
Yeah, and so in middle school, I knew, and then I think Tommy, and, you know, at this point in time, it's all open. I'm not worried about them knowing anything. They already kind of know basically the majority of, birds and the bees and all that. And so it's like, okay, now that that's over.
Yeah, I haven't had to do that yet.
Everything else, they're
so
learning in
glad
school.
I haven't had to do that yet.
Yeah. I mean, I think in 5th grade, the sex ed, they'll and now the older siblings too. And my little brother was 10 years younger than me. So he knew a lot more. And then I see kids with older siblings.
Yeah.
They know because they grew up with this older sibling in the house. They pick it up from them.
Yeah.
So anybody with an older sibling knows a lot more than people without that. So.
Yeah, it's and it's different for everybody, like I know for a fact though that there's a certain level of naivete that Maisie has that Andrea had. And I'm good with it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm good sitting in it right now.
Well, you got a girl, too.
But I also know that's going to change. It's an anxiety in the back of my mind that I can feel it floating.
But it can be like that, her whole, Andrea was innocent lack of a better term, nerd.
Well, she didn't quest
into
after
her 20s.
it. Yeah, she didn't really quest after it. She had other interests. It's not that she didn't know the thing. And that's kind of May. It's not that she doesn't know curse words or anything like that, but she really does. And it is out of the ordinary because you look at me and then you look at her and there are so many similarities. But when it does come to how we communicate, I am spicy and she is not. And she does not like how I talk. She does not like me cursing. She does not like me using, she'll fun around and we'll play and stuff like that. But she
Andrea
just
didn't.
She didn't.
She didn't like using the T word.
No,
for,
she still doesn't.
For
still
the entire time I've known her. So it's like, chances are that you're born the way you are. And Maisie's been like that
in certain
forever.
areas, I believe so. Not for everything, but yeah, in that one, I think that one definitely checks out. Let's try this one right here. We have such a surplus of them. I'm just going to try and get rid of some of them.
Tom and Dan, BDM Charles here. I listened to the recap of Friday Free Show, and you were talking about embarrassing puking stories. Well, I have a very, very vivid memory of the puking story that I have, and it was absolutely terrible. I was 19 years old. I wasn't old enough to drink yet. It is true. I moved out on my own for the first time, and I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we were playing cards, and that's what we did back then before the internet. I know, I'm old, thank you. But we were playing cards, a game called Spades, and losers had to down their drinks. Well, I was playing with my friend and my against.
Drinking games are dead, right? The new generation, because Charles brings up a thing that was kind of prevalent when I grew up, maybe even more so than you. But like through college and the end of high school, the card game, drinking game was like what you did.
Well, it just morphed into beer pong and other drinking games, but they were, I played a lot
but
of
I mean,
drinking
like
games.
the youngest. I mean, we know people are drinking less now.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't even know if the old beer pong, I think beer pong's an old man's game. That's right up there with podcasting.
Yeah,
like podcasting, beer pong, you see them side by side.
My friend and my ex-girlfriend and with my current girlfriend, and losers had to down their drinks. Well, my ex-girlfriend made my drink for me, and I made her drink for her, and my friend made my drink for my current girlfriend, and she made his drink for him. Well, to this day, I cannot drink vodka and orange juice because I threw up for, I want to say at least about 24 hours straight. I fell asleep with my head on the toilet and woke up with my face in the toilet. Not in the water because, I'm a big guy, but...
Did you ever do screwdrivers?
Yeah, yeah. I got real blacked out one time at a UF keg party back when the Wizard and Dre and some of my other friends lived together at Spanish Trace in Gainesville. I think the apartment complex is still there. And they used to have these big parties at Spanish Trace, and I remember going there, and then I can't remember what the game was that we were playing, but like the loser. Is
that it right there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I found it, still there.
The loser had to take the shot, and I remember at this time, like, I felt like I could, like, drink a lot. I wanted to be.
Are you a lightweight or a heavyweight? And I don't think we've ever talked about that.
But I will also do whatever, like, with no fear of the repercussion. So I remember taking a shot, and everyone's like, "Oh, he took the shot," and then I'll fill me up again, another shot, fill me up again.
Oh, you would do that
another
until
shot.
you're dead.
And then I took 3 shots. I already been drinking beer but those 3 shots in a row, I think it was Jaeger or something. Everybody's like, "Yeah," I was like egged on by the crowd. And then I remember going outside.
Have you always liked the cheer of the crowd?
Yeah,
Okay.
All right. Chase it.
That's good to know. That's good to know. That's good to know.
I'll do anything if
For
a
the
crowd
crowd.
is cheering for me. I'll anything. Like if people
know
are like,
what's
"Yeah,
interesting?
do that," like I'll be peer pressure. Peer pressure is the number one pressure in my life.
You know what's interesting about that?
Yeah.
Is that the first time I ever saw a very young Tommy Van fly out of his shell. He's normally a speck of dust, but we were all cheering for him, and he heard the crowd. He ran to the edge of the pool, and he did a flip into it. He loves the crowd, too. That boy's got crowd in it. Young little Tommy Van, inside, he's the quietest kid. The speck of dust, right?
Yeah,
we all know that. But I feel like deep inside of him there is that fire of crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
They're burning crowd,
Like,
just like you, just like his dad.
He doesn't want the attention unless it's a whole crowd.
But if we did it, we did it, he would do anything. I feel like.
Yeah, if there's a couple people that have a whole crowd. Yeah, whole crowd. See, Max will take anything he get. One-on-one.
Couple of cute Spanish girls. He's breakdancing crazy.
He likes it. He'll be like, "Hey, can I say a speech right now and breakdancing?" Like, me and Chris are like, "What the hell? Who's this kid's parents?" Like, he wants to talk, but Tommy, if there's a crowd egging him on, he'll do it just like me.
I love it.
And then I proceeded to get so wasted, I blacked out, and then I remember I threw up in the bathroom all night, and then and then at some point I came to, still blacked out, and then crawled into my friend's, I think it was Kelly, her bedroom.
Oh, you're trying to seduce her.
No. And
that's what you do.
I started looking through her purse, and then I dumped it all out on the floor, and then she's like, "TC, what the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "Ah," and she's like, "Go back into the living room." Like I was
you're a zombie.
Yeah, I was zombie. I didn't even.
You were looking for drugs in her purse.
I had no idea.
Looking for Oxycontin.
I don't know why I was looking through her purse, but then
because your true
had no
self,
recollection.
Your true self pickpocket. When you boil yourself down to patient zero, when you boil yourself down to a single cell organism, you're a pickpocket.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. That's it.
And I'm worse than you. When you boil me down to a single cell organism, I just poop my pants. It's just I'm a nothing.
Pickpocket and poop.
Yeah, that's us. I got one more for us. We're just gonna try and get through these. I'm going with some people that people know. This is from our good friend EJ, host of Nerd Jock.
Hey, Tom and Dan. This is EJ. This is my official Pukes of Hazard entry. Okay. First off, this happened in 1998, so this is the past century. And it's when me and my wife went to her senior prom at Coronado Springs at Disney. So first off, we just started dating, and my wife invited me to her prom. And backstory is we met at Disney, working there in Outdoor Foods, and we were working grad nights. So I was not getting enough sleep lately, so I lowered my immune system. That'll play into it later. So we go to...
That's what nerds say. When you're starting a story like, I lowered my immune system, so keep in mind that if you're following along at home, keep in mind I have a lowered immune system.
The prom, and I'm not feeling well. I'm like, oh no. So we go in, and it's at Coronado Springs, and as you walk in, there's tables everywhere, and there's like a walkway, and then there's a fountain in the middle of the walkway on the way to the dance floor. So it's like tables, walkway, fountain, dance floor, and our table is in between the dance floor and the fountain. So I'm not feeling well, and about maybe half an hour into the prom, didn't do any dancing because I just didn't feel good. I ate the dinner that they had there, and as soon as I got done eating, I'm like, uh-oh, I don't feel good. So I started heading to the bathrooms, which are outside the event, and from our table to the door is like 50 yards. So I'm like, okay, let me see if I can make it. And I just
we know you can't make it. Not a good football player.
50 yards.
50 yards.
That's 50 too long.
Get that feeling in your mouth, where you start getting saliva and it's like basically coating your throat to get ready to throw up. Hits me as soon as I stand up. I'm like, uh-oh. And I'm heading towards the door, and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm not going to make it. And I see the fountain, and I'm like, okay, it's like a toilet. So I just
there you go.
Empty out the whole thing I just ate and food I had before.
Feels so good.
And as soon as I get done, I'm like, okay, I got to go clean myself up. So I go to the bathroom, clean myself up, come back to the table, and of course, every administrator that's at this thing thinks I've been drinking and comes up to me and goes, how you doing, honey? You doing okay? Did you have any drinks tonight? I'm like, no, I'm just sick. I've been working grad nights. My immune system's compromised.
You said that? You said that.
My immune system is low.
My immune system? No, you said compromised. My immune system is compromised. I have a little bit of a boner.
So you puked in your prom fountain? Like, how about the embarrassment of everybody like, ew!
Penis.
I just threw up, that's all. And I had to do it 100 times that night. Every administrator asked the same things, and we left and didn't do anything after it. The next day,
of school. My wife goes to school. I'm the talk of the school. Everyone's like,
did you hear that fat guy puked in the fountain?
Did you hear that fat guy puked in the fountain?
Hey, did you hear? Hey, man, that obese guy puked in the fountain.
Enos a penis.
Yeah. Hey, that fat penis guy, he puked in the fountain. You guys hear it?
Did you guys see that guy that puked in the fountain?
Oh, did I nail it or not? Did I nail it? He just left out the adjectives.
And then they covered the fountain up for the rest of the thing. And my wife's like, no, who was that? And, of course, her friend goes, that was her date. And, of course, my wife had to go for the rest.
And then they roll the credits.
And now they're married to this day.
And now they're married to this day. And that was Saved by the Bell. There you go. You were Fat Screech. Big Fat Screech. Because he's the nerd, right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't really a nerd. Screech on Saved by the Bell, they made him like a nerd, but I think his character kind of morphed to like outcast pervert.
Yeah. He
didn't have like the glasses, and he wasn't like
he wasn't the Urkel nerd.
Correct.
Yeah. He was more of the awkward
shoot him up nerd.
Yeah.
I hate to
He's
say
like a
it.
Dylan Siebold nerd.
Yeah, he's more of a trench coat mafia kind of a guy, I feel like.
Yeah.
And luckily, he hung out with those guys at the Max, and they brought him in. They're all heroes, if you think about it.
Yeah. You stopped the Screech Disturbed.
Yeah, you want to do one more?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Last one. All right, let's go with this one right here.
What's up, Tom and Dan? It's DeBerry Joe. The magnet's pulling hard today. It's Monday night. I'm listening to the OG recap, and you're talking about the coloring books and wondering if anybody has any. Today, I unpacked both of mine. Pristine, brand new looking, not a single piece of crayon on the inside. So yes, Tom, they're still out here. And mine, I haven't even fucking used mine, but
got a lot of work to do on this one. A lot of people would leave voicemails saying that they still have their Tom and Dan coloring books, and that makes me happy.
Yeah. We should do, I don't know, maybe it's one of those things where
No,
it's like,
I'm already voting it down. As soon as you're saying it, I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Leave the past in the past.
We can do it digital. But then I feel like that's nobody wants it.
Yeah, just,
I'm
we're trying to
mad
make you
at
laugh.
you guys. I'm mad at you guys because you guys don't want nothing.
That's fine. We don't need to give them nothing. We'll just try to make you laugh. That's it. That's the only transaction needs to happen
That's
here. Yeah. Like you
Well,
don't.
what do we get?
You don't need the
What
money.
do
We get the money.
I don't know.
Yeah. We just get to do this for a living until we don't.
Tracy has her. You know what we should have done where we missed the mark on the coloring book? It should have been more adult. We should do a new one.
Well, I was
Let's
worried.
do a new one.
I was worried about that because if it got intermingled into your normal coloring books and your kid is like
I don't care about anybody else's kid now.
You know what? Me neither. That's why we're in business.
Pornographic coloring books for everybody. You know?
Yeah. If your kid looks at it, no, too
not
bad.
my fault. Explain it to him.
It's fine.
I'll explain it to him. Bring him to the studio. If you have something you need to explain to your kid, bring him over here and I'll explain it to him.
I do want to talk to a teen to find out what's going on. And I mean like 18, 19.
Could we have different
even
listeners?
20?
Could we have different listeners nominate their teen?
Yeah. I was going to put
Teen of the
this,
show? Tom and Dan teen?
They need to be able to be comfortable to talk with us, but we just want to ask them about what's
girl or boy doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I want to find out like what the current trends are, what's going on, and in their world. How do they view things?
How do they view us? How do they view the world?
Yeah, and just because because the only connection I have is with a sixth grader and a fifth grader, right? And I'm starting to see a little bit of that.
At least you have that.
But if I
haven't seen my daughter in months,
like a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, I'm curious to what they think and what their reality is.
Do the listeners follow my custody battle? Do they even know?
No, they don't know, and that's the dark side.
I mean, I choose not to talk about it very much, but I'm seriously thinking about moving to a different state because I have better parental rights there. The fact that Andrea took her and moved away, unacceptable. And lazy Volusia County judge will let you do that.
And I testified against you.
I know you did.
And we're still doing business. That's how good.
It's just business, baby. It's just business.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
was a fun segment.
Yeah, it was.
Guys, I guess we're going to go eat and come back a little before 1 because we got Nerd Jock with your friend and ours, EJ. So